Have you ever noticed that some people learn in 1 month what others fail to learn in an entire year? They are not necessarily smarter. They don't have a higher IQ. They don't have some secret talent, but somehow they understand things faster, make better decisions, and improve much quicker than everyone else around them. And if you look closely, the difference is usually not intelligence. It's the way they learn. Because today, information is everywhere. You can learn almost anything for free. Yet most people spend years consuming content and still stay exactly where they started. Not because they lack information, because they never learn how to learn. So if you want to think sharper, learn faster, and educate yourself properly, here are 5 principles that actually matter. Principle 1, stop collecting information. Most people think learning means consuming more content, another video, another podcast, another article, but information alone does not make you smarter. In fact, constantly jumping from one topic to another usually makes you more confused. One day you're learning about productivity, the next day it's psychology, then motivation. And after a few weeks, you've learned a little about everything and mastered nothing. People who improve quickly do the opposite. They pick one area and stay with it long enough to understand it deeply. Because depth creates results, not variety. Instead of trying to learn 10 different things this month, choose one skill that can genuinely improve your life and focus on it. The goal is not to know more things. The goal is to understand useful things better. Principle 2, turn learning into action. This is where almost everyone fails. They watch, they listen, they take notes, and then they do absolutely nothing. Knowledge becomes valuable only when it changes behavior. If you learn about fitness, start training. If you learn about communication, start speaking differently. If you learn about discipline, build a routine. The faster you apply something, the faster your brain remembers it. Because your brain does not reward information, it rewards experience. And that's why someone who practices for 1 week often learns more than someone who watches videos for 6 months. Principle 3, build a personal knowledge system. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trusting their memory. You learn something valuable today, and 2 weeks later, you've already forgotten it. Not because you're dumb, because that's how the brain works. Smart learners don't rely on memory. They build systems. Write down important ideas. Keep notes, create a journal, save lessons worth remembering, because every useful idea you capture today becomes an asset for your future self. Over time, these notes become something powerful, a library of your own thinking, and that's something most people never build. Principle 4, protect your attention. You cannot build a sharp mind with a distracted brain. Every notification, every short video, every unnecessary scroll, it trains your brain to crave stimulation. And eventually focusing becomes difficult. Reading becomes difficult. Studying becomes difficult. Even thinking becomes difficult. That's why attention is one of the most valuable skills today. The people who can focus deeply for 1 hour will outperform people who stay distracted for 10. So protect your attention, not because it's productive, because it's becoming rare. Principle 5, create a learning loop. This might be the most important principle in the entire video. Learn, apply, reflect, improve, then repeat. That's the loop. Learn something, use it, see what happens, adjust, and do it again. This is how real growth happens. Not through endless consumption, not through motivation, not through saving videos you'll never watch again, but through continuous action and feedback. The people who improve the fastest are usually not the smartest. They're simply the ones who stay inside this loop the longest. At the end of the day, educating yourself is not about trying to sound intelligent. It's not about memorizing facts. And it's definitely not about watching hundreds of self-improvement videos. It's about building a mind that can learn, adapt, and improve for the rest of your life. Because once you learn how to learn, almost everything else becomes easier. And if focus, discipline, and consistency still feel like a struggle, watch this video next.